Yo, what is up, guys? It's Bankrupt Dope, back again with another video. And today we are back on some Zenless Zone Zero. Now, this is gonna be interesting, right? This is a discussion video, and I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. So that's why we're talking about it today. You can already see in the title, but today we are talking about power creep. But before we hop into it, I hope you're having a good day today. If you're not having a good day, I hope your day gets better. You already know the drill. Now, please, for everybody that's watching this video, I need y'all to tap in this time for real, okay? Whether it's 2 people, 80 people, 200, I don't know how many people watching this video. But if you're watching this video and you actually you're a part of the MiHoYo space, I want you to comment down below. Help me. Let's get a conversation going. Comment down how you feel about what I'm about to talk about, okay? Whether you agree or disagree. Comment down below. Be respectful, of course, and be respectful to other people if you're commenting on other people's comments. Let's just talk about some stuff, right? So, today we're going to talk about power creep, right? And how, in my opinion, I think we need power creep in this game as soon as possible. Now, you're probably sitting here like, what is this guy talking about? We need power creep. Now, generally, power creep has a bad connotation behind it because it tends to, in the gacha space, right? It tends to make your old characters seem useless. They become inviolable, and you have to summon for new characters, right? But if we're gonna be 100% honest, that is the point of a gacha game. That is the point. That's how they work. Now I get it. Things change and things do not always have to be how they used to be, right? Everybody's argument for the most part is like, oh well, we're past that. No, we are really not past that. There are plenty of games that have consistent and constant power creep, and those games do perfectly fine, right? So let's not say that power creep isn't needed, because there are definitely other games that have the power creep in them, and essentially nobody cares. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, no one really cares, because you enjoy the game that much that you're willing to support the game, you're willing to tap in, and they're free to plays. You save even better when there's gonna be a power creep, right? Now you're a little bit more selective, right? So outside of all that, let me tell you why I think we need power creep, right? We need power creep, in my opinion, because MiHoYo, if you watch my last video, you've picked up what I said. I think that MiHoYo is lazy. Yeah. I just think that they have been lazy, and they just don't do as much as they used to. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think they've been doing what they've been doing for too long, right? What MiHoYo does now is what they've always done in terms of the way they produce their quality, their little schedules and their recipe. It's been the same since the game has come out. People call it out now and say it's bad, or they'll criticize it, but it's what they got famous for. The recipe is what they did, is what they got famous for. So it's they got famous because they came out at the right time. You know what I mean? It's not even the fact of what their product was; it was the time in which they did it, and the time that they did it was perfect. And in my opinion, this thing it's played out. Their whole thing is just played out at this point. I'm over it, personally. I don't know about you, but I know I am. I feel like we need something else. Hold on, I'm reading as I'm doing this. Actually, I can do that one. I think I'm gonna go with the physical one. Wait, what is this? Oh, and Billabong Industries. I think I'm gonna go with that physical one, because that requires Victoria housekeeping. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here. Yeah. I'm gonna grab this because I have some decent physical characters. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Bang Boo. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So MiHoYo's in a weird place. Zenless Zone Zero, right? It dropped. A lot of people didn't even give the game a chance, right? If you pay attention, a lot of people just straight up won't even give this game a chance. You're not going to. Sorry, it's spinny. A lot of people aren't going to give this game a chance, and I get it, right? It's the third one in their thing, fourth game in their series. Why play this game, right? And I think the only logical way you can make this game any better or do anything different from the rest of their games, because in my opinion, all their games are very stagnant, including Star Rail. You might love it. You might love their end game. You might love when they have a fun event that lasts minutes. It's stagnant. In my opinion, numbers don't speak for themselves sometimes, right? First thing is gonna be, oh well, look at their numbers. Look at their numbers. It's a loyal fan base. It doesn't really matter if you're not actually pulling in new people. You know what I mean? Not really pulling in new people. I mean, maybe they are, but it just seems so Like, I can't find people that are interested in Genshin, Star Rail, or anything like this that aren't fans of MiHoYo, if you understand what I'm saying. Fans of MiHoYo that are a part of the space are into this game. There are very few people that I can say that are new that can be interested in this game. Does that make sense? Like, I can't. It's hard to get some random person on the street to get interested in this game. Like, if I dare try to get somebody to get interested in a story, they could care less. The story is boring to the most people. But we, as creators and players, we're like, oh, this is the best thing since since anything. With a lot of other people, it's just not. I don't know what. Did I not summon on the right banner? Or can you just? Oh, so you can just get. Okay, you can get W engines in here. Okay. But yeah, like, I feel like if you ask a lot of other people that are outside of the space, you know, this game's okay. And everybody loves to talk about the story and how beautiful the story is, but like, it's only good to the people in this space. I feel like a lot of people can just like not care. Like, it's not really that appealing, if I'll be 100% honest. But I'm just rambling at this point, right? Why do we need Powercreep? Because it stops this boring cycle that they are currently in. If you ask me, MiHoYo is releasing they're just not doing anything. The bosses in this game get destroyed pretty easily, right? Like, it's not hard to face the bosses in this game. Like, some of them are interesting, some of them have some hard mechanics, but we need more of that. Throwing a timer on the side is not making the game hard. We need bosses to come out. We need to clear the timer, right? We need to clear the timer. It needs to disappear. Stop making your in-game content just time content. Stop doing time attacks all the time. Do something different for once in your life. This is where the power creep's gonna come in, y'all. I'm sorry to say it. This is where power creep's coming in. We need timer to disappear. We need enemies with higher health points, damage points, and more interesting fighting mechanics. They don't need to do 3 moves. They need to, like, I want to get mixed when I'm fighting these bosses. I want to get angry while I'm fighting these bosses, okay? And that also means we need characters to start falling off after a while, right? I mean, they don't even necessarily have to fall off, but we need to just make these bosses stronger. Instead of making it a star activity, an activity based off of, did you beat this in a certain amount of time, make it an activity where, did you beat the boss at all? Beat the boss with this team. Beat the boss with that team. Beat the team with the Victoria team. Beat the team with all physical. Like there are more ways to getting stars or ways to getting crystals. Like, there's more than just a timer. You know what I mean? We'll read all these later. I'll just click on them. But like, if y'all want to read them, go ahead. It's gonna take me way too long to read these and talk about what I want to talk about. It's just hard to talk and summon at the same time, because I'm like, my brain is just active right now. But yeah, back to what I was saying. There are more ways to do what they do, right? In terms of us earning the premium currency, because it's old. It is beyond old at this point, the way they have it set up. Like, I'm old. Like I said, I'm just over. Oh, defeated without anybody on your team dying. Oh, defeated in 240. Like, come on. It's been 4 or 5 years now of them doing the same exact thing. And this was the game where, and like I said, don't get it twisted. There are some difficult enemies in this game. But at the end of the day, my relics will determine whether or not this is hard or not. The challenge of any MiHoYo game are your relics, not the boss. The bosses are not difficult. Your relics are what's difficult, which is stupid. It gets old. That was an interesting concept day one, right? Now it's lazy. I'll just be blatant and say it. It is just now lazy. Yeah, you can't convince me otherwise at this point. The same thing. There's a reason why people don't want to try this game when they play another game, because let's be honest, we love to say that they're not the same. We love to say that these games aren't the same, but they're the same. You know, it dresses like a duck, quacks like a duck, swims in the water like a duck. It's a duck. That's not how the saying goes, but you get what I'm saying, right? And that's how it feels when you look across all the MiHoYo games. It's like they just all do the same thing with minor differences. So it's all like, somebody wants to call it a duck, they can. And you're gonna have those white knights like, no, it's completely different. But like, man, it does so many things the same, so it might as well be. So you play one, you've played them all. You know what I mean? And I think the way we get past this truthfully is for them to go ahead and get in their bag and make different content. It's time for what is this? That's kind of cool, I guess. It's time for them to just change up the way they do stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna go ahead and read all of this. Y'all can read this. I'm just summoning. It's time for them to go ahead and change up their recipe. There was really not much more I can say about it. But I want people to comment. Like I said, I really want you to know. Like, I know I rambled to get here. But I want you guys to comment down below what you think about that. Do you like this system anymore? Like, be 100% honest. Is this a fulfilling system the way they have it? Because like, even in terms of their events, bro, the events are not hard. And they do that on purpose. So it can be accessible to everyone. But like, guys, that's lame. Give us permanent events that are hard. And I will always take it back to Dokkan Battle. Because Dokkan Battle's events don't leave, guys. Dokkan Battle events just stay active. Outside of very minor, like, not necessarily throwaway events. There are events that rotate. But like, all their in-game is in one tab. Guys, there are so much in-game that you could play on that game. It is insane. I would dare say there is more content for you to do in Dokkan Battle. Granted, right? It's been 10 years. Or 9 years, right? Granted, I'll be fair here. It's been 9 years. But but let's still think about where the game is. There's a mobile game where you click dots on the screen that is more difficult, more rewarding. Not in the summoning. Because boy, can you get cheated in the summoning. But there's more difficult content. It's more accomplishing when you beat it. More challenges and more things to do on a mobile game where you tap bubbles than all of MiHoYoverse. Think about that for a second. I really want you to think about that. You know, I know on the surface, on pen and paper, something like, yeah, there's just no way. I want somebody to play both of those games. And you'll see how much longer you can play Dokkan Battle and how much more stuff there is for you to do. Even once you've completed everything, there's still stuff for you to do. Versus over here on Star Rail, once you complete it once, you're kind of done. And that's my problem. That's the problem I'm trying to stress right now. In terms of, it's time to start power creeping. It's time to start changing up the formula. It's time to start making things more difficult. Start adding challenges. A challenge is not a timer. That is not a challenge. It's a cop-out is what it is. So it's time to add challenges. It's time to start making bosses strong. I want to get beat up. And I'm not saying make this game Elden Ring, right? Did we get that? I am not saying make the game Elden Ring. No. Because that's what somebody's going to think. Oh, you wanted to be like Elden Ring. No. But pose a challenge. Mobile games pose more difficult challenges than this game. This game isn't even a mobile game. It's a gacha game. But it's not a mobile game. But yet it poses, those games tend to pose, at least Dokkan Battle does, tends to pose a harder threat or challenge in game than this game does in their game. I'm tired of battling the clock. It's not fun. There is just nothing fun about battling a clock all the time. Whew. Okay. And we got the bang boot. Now I'm sorry if that took a long time to talk, and I know if the summoning stopped because, like, I know it seems like I don't have a script, obviously. And I just talk from where I am, right? Like, it just comes up in my head as I'm going. But I have a general idea of what I want to say, like, in terms of, like, what I want to talk about in these videos. So if you ever wonder, it's like, why does he stop and then, you know, go and, like, stop and go? That's why. It's because, like I said, I just talk off the fly. Like, I don't really think about what I'm going to say. I don't write it out. Just go with it. And my videos would be far more structured. They'd be structured way better if I did do that. But it's not who I am, so I don't do that. Maybe in the future, but for now, I don't script. But yeah. Let me know how you feel in the comments, right? Go ahead and tell me if you agree, if you disagree, okay? I really want to know. Because I think the only way MiHoYo is going to do anything different ever is if the community asks for it. Not saying that they actively listen to their community, because there are a lot of things that they don't listen to. Like, the fact that there's no overcap for energy in this game is actually dumb. When they just dropped it in Star Rail, right? But then they said, let's drop it, let's release it in this game and not have it in here. Like, they did it on purpose. That's the thing to make you want to get on the game all the time, because they realized if they dropped it, the gameplay for this game would drop even lower than what it actually is. But, you know, we're forced in that honeymoon phase to log in all the time. So they removed it, you know? Like, or they didn't add it, you know what I mean? But yeah, comment down below what you think. But I think that at this point in MiHoYo's life, they would benefit greatly from some power creep, some difficult bosses, and a change of formula. Mostly in the power creep, right? Like, I'm just trying to discontinue this notion that power creep is bad all the time, because it just isn't. It really isn't. Power creep has closed down few games, guys. It really has. Few games have lost millions of players because of power creep. It just doesn't happen that often. The power creep has to be insane. Like, there are games that drop characters, that creep out characters every month, and they still have a loyal fan base to them. Power creep doesn't ruin games. You might complain about it, you might hate it, but it doesn't ruin the game. The gameplay does. And if you have a good, solid gameplay, which this game does, they can power creep some characters out and release better characters more frequently in terms of 4 stars and 5 stars, and the game will be fine. The game truly would be fine. Whether you want to believe it or not, well, that's up to you. But I'm just going to go out here and say that I think that they would do perfectly fine if they decided to start power creeping some stuff. So, power creepy bosses. I mean, like, in 2 patches, I want to get smoked out here. I think I'm joking. I want to be yelling at the screen, but not because of a clock. No. I want to be yelling at the screen because I'm getting my butt whooped. That's what I want. Okay. That's how you're gonna make your game interesting. People should not be dropping videos over the arcade machine because you decided to waste resources in that instead of just making more content. I should not be making a video about an event that takes me in a singular day and only has one. Where is it? Where did I join at? I shouldn't be posting stuff. Dang, where is it? This thing. I should not be posting content on my YouTube, which I can't, which is why people don't cover a lot of the events that has a singular minute of actual gameplay in it. 1 minute of gameplay a day for rewards. Like, come on, man. Can we get something hard? This is why I'm asking for the power creep, right? This is why I want it, because this is unacceptable. Your first event, and on the second day of the event, I get 1 minute of gameplay. And I'm going to show you. I'm gonna post that clip. I'm going to see it here soon. It's not going to be in this video, but I'm going to post it. I'm in the entire video. I'm going to post the whole video from the beginning of the mission to the end of the mission. 1 minute of gameplay. The rest of it was just X. Talk, blah, 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 blah. They're not even saying anything. It's literally mumbling because they're the baboons talking. This is, we gotta be over this. We have to be over this. But I'm done talking. I've rambled long enough. And I know it does turn into a ramble. So, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, you're a trooper for that. Comment something down below. Like, for real, lock in. Type. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Let me know how you feel about the game. Let me know how you feel about what I said. Actually, comment something down below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Drop a like on the video if you liked it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.